channel, Level Up with Laura Helm. Today's class is going to be a Hollowback pincher. So if you like to make your way onto your mat, we're going to start in a wide-legged child's pose, toes together, knees apart. But we're going to bring the elbows onto the ground. I'm going to take hold of the hands. So create the space to bring the forehead down. Let your hands splay to the back of the neck. Now take a few minutes here to tap into your breath. Tune in. Arrive onto your mat. Try to let go of any expectations on your practice, on yourself. Just showing up as you are today. So if another peak pose is going to be Pincha. Pincha is a pose that can take lots of practice. There's going to be some drills involved here that if you keep to practice this lesson, with time it will become easier to achieve the Pincha pose. So start to tap into the Ujjayi breathing now, lengthening each inhale and exhale. Relaxing the armpits down to the ground. And then bringing your forearms down to the ground now, lifting the hips. Coming into a cat-cow on the forearms. So keeping your knees in line with your hips. And we're just going to activate the shoulder girdle now. So as we exhale, we push the forearms down into the ground, round through the shoulder blades, bring the navel to spine. And we're just going to hold this position. I want you to feel the action of pushing the ground away from you with the forearms, lifting up through the shoulders, strengthening the shoulder girdle. This is the same action that we're going to need to use in Pincha. This sensation of pushing the ground away, lifting up. And on your next inhale, drop the belly down, bring the heart through the shoulders, look forward. Like a modified cow pose. And now we'll move with the breath as we exhale, round through the shoulder blades, push up. Inhale, drop the belly down, tailbone goes up, looking forward. Exhale, rounding through the shoulder blades. Inhaling, drop in the belly, tailbone goes up. Okay, start to walk the hands further forward now. You're lifting the forearms off the mat. We're going to start to do an active puppy pose. So push into the hands, bring the navel to the spine and kind of try to spread the shoulder blades further apart. And then on your next exhale, you can start to let the chest sink down to the ground. Maybe coming onto the forehead, or the nose, or the chin. You can stay in this position like this if this is enough, or you can lift the arms and push into the fingertips. Maybe you want to lift the feet towards the sit bones. And exhale, the feet come back down. If you lift them, push into the forearms. Bring the body forward so the pubic bone is on the mat. Push into the pinky toe, draw the ankles together, light up the inner legs as you keep your elbows under your shoulders. Bring the chest forward through the shoulders as if you're drawing your elbows and hands back in space. Keeping the kneecaps lifted, the legs are strong. Feel the space of the heart moving forward. And exhale, bringing the forehead down to the ground. Open the hands wider than the mat, come onto the fingertips, elbows above the wrists. Keeping the legs strong, kneecaps lifted. Inhale, raise the chest up. And exhale, bring it back down. Moving the roof with the rhythm of your breath. As you inhale, lifting the belly button, the chest. The head starting to look forward. And then exhale down. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And this time you want to stay here as you exhale. Push the back of your head back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and take the shoulder blades down towards the hips. Exhale. Coming all the way back down to the ground. Bring the hands to the side of the chest, tuck the toes. And exhaling your way into active child's pose with toes tucked. Inhale, push into the hands, rounding forward into your cow. As you exhale, drop the hips down, push into the toes. Inhale and lifting the legs off the mat. And start to lift the chest high, lengthening through the neck. And then exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Take the sit bones back high to the sky as you come into a downward dog. Now start to pedal out your downward dog here. Bending the right knee, feeling the stretch in the left calf. Bending the left knee, stretching the right calf. And then take some time to find some stillness in your down dog. As you inhale, feel the breath move from the very base, from the mullah, as you lift the Uddiyana Bandha. And as you exhale, you keep the ribs tucked in and send the breath all the way back out of the mullah. So just take some time now to feel the breath moving up and out. Inhale, sweep the right leg to the sky, reach out through the toes. And exhale, stay here. Reaching further out through the toes, the legs nice and active. Inhale again. And exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, sweeping the leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, sweep the leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, sweep the leg to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest, shoulders over wrists. Place the foot between the hands as the left knee comes down. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky, hands in prayer. Exhale, let the hands sink to the back of the neck and let the hips drop down. Inhale, lift the chest, create the space in the hip flexor. And exhale, sinking deeper into that front hip. Inhale, open the arms wide. Then as you exhale, sweep the hands forward around the front foot. Take the hips back in space. Straighten the front leg. Flex the toes. Draw the heel towards the knee. Inhale, lift the chest, extend. And exhale, surrender into the stretch. Inhale, lift the chest, extend. And exhale, surrender. Next inhale, takes your right foot flat, your body forward as you lift the back knee and come into a high lunge. Hands in prayer, exhale, take the hands to the back of the head. Squeezing the back hip forward, the front hip back. Everything squeezing into the midline. And exhale, bring the hands out wide, bring the body forward, push into the right foot as you lift the left foot into your aeroplane pose. Reaching out through the back toes, keeping the navel to spine. And start to pulse that back leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, reaching the hands to the sky, bringing the knee towards the chest as you stand upright. And exhale, take the left foot to the front. Well, again, we're going to pulse. Keep the navel to the spine, keep the pelvic floor engaged, keep the rib cage tucked in as you lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale with control, sweep the leg all the way back around, the hands come to the back. Aeroplane pose. And your next exhale, slowly bend into the right foot. Slower than you want, your left foot comes to the ground. Inhale, rise into high lunge. And exhale, sweep the hands all the way around, down to the ground, around the front foot. Push into the hands as you lift the right leg into the chest. Staying here, pushing through the ground. And exhale, taking the leg up towards the sky. Placing the foot back down into downward dog. Now bringing the forearms to the ground now, into your dolphin, feeling the sensation of pushing into the ground, this lifting of the shoulder girdle, and you can walk your feet in as close as you can get them and let the head come through the shoulders. Navel to spine. Again, see if you can feel this breath travelling. Inhaling, lifting the mula, lifting the uddiyana, and exhaling, keeping the ribcage tucked in as you send the breath out. Walking the feet back into a low plank. Okay, push out through the heels, the legs are nice and strong, navel to spine, and I want again to feel this shoulder girdle activation, so push into the forearms, rounding the space between the shoulder blades. And inhale, bringing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, rounding the space, pushing down and away. Inhale, close it in. Exhale. Inhale, bringing the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Inhale, bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale. Walking the feet back in to dolphin. Pushing into the left hand as you lift the left elbow. And pushing into the right hand and back into your downward dog. Calming the breath here. Inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. Reach out through the toes. And exhale, stay here. Continue to reach further through those toes. Inhale, the chest coming forward. Pushing out through the toes. And exhale, bending the knee in towards the chest. Knee to nose. Inhale, leg goes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, leg goes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, leg goes high. And exhale, bringing the foot between the hands. The right knee comes down to the ground. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky in prayer. And exhale, sink the hips, let the hands drape to the back of the neck. Inhale, create a space between the hip flexor as you lift the chest, and exhale, sink back down. And inhale, open the hands wide. As you exhale, sweep the hands around the foot and take the hips back, straighten the front leg. Inhale, lift the chest, And exhale, sink and surrender into the stretch. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, sink and surrender. So drawing the heel towards the knee. And the next inhale, the left foot comes flat. Bring the body forward as you rise into high lunge. Bring the hands together in prayer. And as you exhale, let the hands sink to the back of the neck. Inhale, lifting the chest. And exhale. Keeping the legs strong, drawing everything into the midline. And inhale, open the hands out to the side, into the T. As you exhale, push into the front left foot, raise the back. Right foot, reach out through the toes, navel to spine. Nice and strong. We're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, raising the hands to the sky, raising the knee towards the chest as you just come to standing. And exhale, taking the right foot out in front of you, reaching out through the toes, squeezing the pelvic floor, keeping the ribcage tucked in. We're going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, sweeping the foot all the way to the back. The hands come towards the back of the body. And slower than you want to, with your next exhale, bend into the left foot. The right foot comes down to the ground. Inhale, sweeping the hands high to the sky. And exhale, circling the hands all the way around to the ground, around the front foot. As you push into the hands and lift the foot into the chest. And exhale, taking the leg high into the downward dog. Placing the foot beside the other. Downward dog, come down onto your forearms. And relax the head between the shoulders. And start to walk the left foot in and the right foot. Maybe you can walk them in a little deeper. And try and get those hips above the shoulders. Maybe lifting up on the heels and then bringing the heels back down. Okay, pushing into the shoulder girdle and then dropping back down. Exhale, pushing into the forearms, lifting and then dropping back down. Okay, and come on to your shins into child's pose. Place your head on the ground and start to calm the breath. And then bring in your forearms back in front of you, pushing into the forearms, lifting the hips, tucking the toes, and coming back into your dolphin. Now we want to feel the sensation of moving the head forward and the strength of the shoulders. So as you inhale, looking towards your hands and bringing your head towards your thumbs, and exhale, pushing back away from the ground and taking your head back between the shoulders. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing up. Use the power of the exhale to lift you up. Exhale. That's 3. 2 more. 1 more. And then coming back into your downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels, legs strong, navel to spine, round through the shoulders, bring the shoulders over the hands, and exhale, sink the hips to the ground. Don't let the knees come down to the ground. As you inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the neck, upward dog, and exhale, tuck the chin, take the hips back into downward dog. We're going to do 3 more of these. Inhale, lift the heels, strong legs, Tuck the tailbone, round the shoulders. Exhale, sink the hips to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the neck. Exhale, tuck the chin to chest. Take the tailbone high. Downward dog. Inhaling forward. One more time. Inhale, lifting the heels, strong legs, rounding forward. Exhaling down. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling back into your downward dog. Okay, we're going to go into Pincha now. So take a moment just to sit back on your heels, wind the shoulders back, calm the breath, and all this, the force and the strength of the movement is going to be carried by the breath. Now, after you've practiced these drills a few times and done this session a few times, it will get easier each time. Maybe today you don't make it up into Pincha, but maybe you do. And either way, you've gained strength by just doing this class. So we're going to bring the forearms to the ground and we're going to remember the pushing away. Now you can either have a block between each finger and thumb if you've got one. You could have your hands together in prayer like we did before, maybe with your little fingers flat so they can make contact with the ground. I like to do this with my hands if I'm doing that. If I'm going to keep my hands open. So I feel my forearms connected to the ground. Okay. I'm going to push into the forearms. Lift up the sit bones. So all the way now, I'm not letting my shoulders, my head sink down, I'm pushing the ground away from me. Walk my feet in. Everything is moving with the breath. As I inhale, I'm going to reach my right leg high to the sky. And as I exhale, I'm going to bend into my right leg. And I'm going to be very strong through the right leg. The toes are going to point towards the back of the room. At the same time as I do this, the breath, the exhale, is pushing my mullah high so my hips can come above my shoulders. So the sensation is going to move me back. So I really activate my core, my mullah's engaged, my uddiyana is lifted, and this is going to help me lift my leg higher and hopefully bring me into a balance. Now if this is too difficult at first, you can take a little hop, okay? You want to do it with as much control as possible and try use the abdomen. If you try this lesson and it's very, very difficult and you can't do it, there's going to be another short tutorial on my YouTube channel which shows you how to do the Hollowback with the wall and with a kick up. So after this lesson, if you've not had no joy, go over and watch the other one. Okay, so forearms down. I'm not going to speak now because I need to be able to do it. So walking the legs in. Pushing the forearms into the ground, lifting the shoulder girdle as you inhale, sweep the right leg high, strong and active. Exhale, bend into the right knee, taking the toes towards the back of the room, which will lift the left leg high, keeping the left leg strong. Start to bend the left knee under the right as you take the hips back in space. The heart comes forward in space and the head starts to move through the shoulders, the nose leading the way. The core engaged, the outer glutes engaged, legs are strong. And when you're ready to come down, come and sit on the shins. Place the palms facing upwards. Maybe take some exhales out of the mouth. Just let this energy move through the body. And drop in. Okay, now we come down and do the other side. Make it equal. Sometimes you might find that one side is easier than the other. You know which leg is your strong leg. So walking the feet in.
Inhale, sweep the left leg high, strong and active. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Let the toes go towards the back of the room, lifting in with the right leg. Bending the right knee under the left, squeezing the legs together, engage the outer glutes, keeping the core engaged as you take the hips further back and the heart comes through the shoulders. Making sure the arms and the elbows aren't splaying out to the side, keeping the forearms grounded down and lifting up through the shoulder girdle. Keep taking the hips back. And when you're ready to come down, come and sit on your shins, palms facing up. Feel into the energy of the heart opener. Allowing this energy to travel all the way around the body now. As you start to roll the shoulders back, releasing any tension you may have built up in the shoulders.
Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlacing the hands. Place the hands on the sacrum. Inhale, squeeze the elbows together. Lift the chest high. And exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Feeling into the heart space one last time. Exhale, bow the head down to the ground. At the same time, you lift your hands away from your back and lift the sit bones into the sky as you let your hands drop to the back of the mat, on the front of the mat, towards the back of the head. Try to squeeze the palms of the hands together. And exhale, come to seated into your child's pose. Place your forehead on the ground, the arms beside the body. Inhaling, coming to seated. Take the hips to the side. As you come to lie on the mat, lift your heels, your legs, bend your knees, your calves parallel to the ground. As you exhale, let the knees sink towards the right, look towards the left. Keep both shoulders on the ground. Inhale, lifting the legs back to the sky. And exhale, taking the knees over to the left, looking towards the right. Both shoulders grounded. And then bringing your legs down into your shavasana. Palms facing up. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. And enjoy your shavasana. Thank you for practicing with me. I'll see you soon.